Hello guys, welcome everybody to Mando Monday. This is the series where you guys ask the questions and I, of course, answer them. This could be to do with anything related to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO investing, or a future update related one. If that's a miscellaneous update, Source 2, an operation, or something like the Rio Major stickers that we most likely will receive in the next few days. If you guys have a question for next week's video that you guys want answered, make sure to leave a comment down below on this video or any other one I have exactly up on my YouTube channel. Ask Mando and then ask your question. It's usually just easiest and best for me to find it that way. And for this week's video, there's a few things I want to talk about before we get into the questions as per usual. And speaking of the questions, there are quite a few juicers. Before we do that, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe. Go follow our Twitch. And here's a quick word from our video sponsor, Skins Monkey. Now today's video sponsor is of course Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link. And on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade. So Mando Monday is actually uploaded on a Monday. This is quite frankly insane, because the past few weeks, we've been struggling to upload on a real Monday, ladies and gentlemen. It's usually been Mando Wednesday or Mando Tuesday as kind of a meme. But all jokes aside, Mando Monday is obviously a priority, but if there's a CSGO update or a market update that you guys need to hear, I'm going to upload that before Mando Monday. And people are wondering about the Rio Major stickers. When are they going to come out? With the Major approaching very, very soon and very quickly within the next week, we're probably going to receive these Major stickers on the weekly Tuesday maintenance update that we receive every single week for CSGO and Steam itself. So Tuesday, on the 18th of October, we're probably going to receive these stickers. Now, what they're going to look like, I have no idea. We do have some concept videos up on the channel if you guys want to check that out. But besides that, let's hop into the questions for this week's video. Our first question up here is from Wumbo Bongo. Okay, he says, do you think Valve will make another ban wave against CSGO gambling sites because sites like Hellcase, Skin Club, and all these other ones are growing and becoming a big problem for CSGO? Kind of glad you asked this. I did recently make a documentary for CSGO about FaZe Clan owning CSGO Wild and how I myself, being a 14 and 15-year-old kid, made some stupid financial decisions at the time. And also, I made that video to talk for the kids who don't make YouTube videos who lost a lot of money as well. I suggest you go check it out. It kind of covers this topic as well in it and why I don't cover and really talk about CSGO gambling much. But essentially, yes, I do think Valve is eventually going to step in, and I've talked about it before in previous Mando Mondays. If we do receive another huge gambling scandal like we did with CSGO Lotto, obviously CSGO Wild, and like obviously CSGO Diamonds with Mo, I think Valve is going to have to be forced to step in at one point or another to do something. And what will happen and when will that happen, I'm not sure. But I think personally, I have a video coming out pretty soon about this theory, how Valve will essentially kill their own game. They're going to do something to trading. I mean, they're already doing a lot of things with the new Steam update on the phone app, which has been horribly received by CS traders, but everyone else has been pretty good. If you're not trading, cash to cash or a third-party site, people are loving it. I'm loving it as well. You can't see the Steam join data. You can't see their Steam level. They removed that the other day. It's just things like that. They're slowly killing off, it feels like, CSGO trading and just overall trading sites. But I think their ultimate downfall is going to be adding another 7-day trade hold or making it very hard to sell on a third-party site, a lot harder than it is right now. What will they do specifically? I'm not sure. But yeah, that's just my theory on it specifically. Let me know what you guys think about CSGO gambling down below. Our second question up here from Kevin, and he says, ask Mando, how high do you think cases can go? Do you one day see cases reaching $10 or even $15 for a common case? Is it even worth to invest in things like the breakout? Great question, man. It really just comes down to supply and demand. And with the older cases, obviously, they're very low and limited supply. If we keep having high player numbers, keep having new people open older cases, the supply is going to dwindle. We're eventually going to run out of Operation Breakout cases. Broken Fang, Riptide, and you kind of get the whole point here. This whole year in 2022 has been more so of a selling year than buying more than anything. It's not something I really recommend investing into right now either, the breakout, just because it just reached its all-time high and it's slowly dipping back down. But I mean, if it goes down with an operation coming out soon or something like the Rio Major, you're going to have to probably wait a few months before it goes back up. And it's not something you can easily pull out of, in my personal opinion, especially for cash. Now, cases reaching $10 or $15, you got to think of it this way. The breakout case, the glove case, the broken fang case, they've had all-time highs at almost close to $5, including the breakout. It almost hit $5 just a couple weeks ago. I think in 3 or 4 years, if CSGO is still around, you will see breakout cases probably around $10, $11, $12 in the Steam market. That won't be very surprising, and maybe they might even go higher if we have, a huge mass of boxers coming from YouTube and, of course, Twitch streams. Maybe someone like XQC or whoever's, playing CSGO at the time. But yeah, it's just simple supply and demand. That's all it really is. Sandman. Okay, he's saying, why is Mando Monday called Monday if it's out on a Tuesday? Because I recorded on a Monday. That's at least how I'd ended at least. That made absolutely no sense. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Like I said earlier, it comes out as it comes out. I'm sorry. This is a weekly community series. It comes out when it comes out, guys. But most of the time, I try and aim for Monday, okay? It's a big production, this video. It takes a long time to make. The thumbnail takes an hour alone. I got to get the lighting. I got to record the video, the audio, make sure they're synced up together, make sure they look professional, and of course, go over it at the very end, which sometimes it's very long. Like most Mando Mondays are probably 40 minutes long, and I have to cut it to probably 10 to 20 minutes at max. Because I realized over 20 minutes, for some people, they really enjoy it. But for most, it kind of just, there's some questions there that they don't really like or don't make any sense, and they don't really care for them. So I just cut those one out, and I just keep the important ones in there. Our next question up here is, of course, from the greatest, and he says, ask Mando, what about the ancient collection skins like Welcome to the Jungle, Panthera Anka, Nova Souvenir ones? I dropped a few during the operation, but the price stuck. Okay, I'm going to assume it dropped, but yes, it did. If we take a look over on Buff, the Panthera Anka is extremely cheap, especially for the souvenir and just regular. It's $200 for just the regular factory new version, and for souvenir, it's close to $400, $382. They're just not really in demand, but also I have a video coming out very soon before or after Mando Monday about souvenir packages. And it's essentially, Valve has kind of killed souvenirs. The souvenirs don't feel special. They're just unlimited supply. You can buy as many as you want, and the ones you see that are low supply on the market, people have thousands more in their inventory and storage units just waiting to get put on there. The future of things like Welcome to the Jungle, the base version, and the souvenir, I think are okay. The M41S has also been really weird this year because it was very cheap at one point or another because the A4 was so superior for such a long time up until the end of 2021 in Operation Riptide, when, of course, they buffed the A1S, then nerfed it. It was just back and forth all year. But if you can pick that thing up when it's probably pretty cheap, it's not the worst option. The Panthera Anka is in a weird situation because we're about to get the Rio Major. They're going to reuse the same collections. If they change the actual skins up, I doubt they would because there's no point. They're going to be the same. There's going to be more on the market. And newer people coming into CSGO, I actually see a lot of people, I've even done this a few times as well, they're buying the souvenir versions because they're a lot cheaper than the base versions for these weapons specifically, especially for the lower tier ones anyway, if that makes any sense. So for the future, the base versions obviously are going to be still really, really rare because you could only have gotten them from Operation Riptide. But the souvenirs really, I see like, and I feel like are outshadowing the normal versions. But I think in the next few years, you'll start to see a price increase when these maps are removed and they're really rare. Kind of similar to Cobblestone, obviously. You had a Dragon Lore for such a long time that was $10,000 factory new, and then it kept going up and up and up till over $100,000, then $1 million, which was a bank transfer allegedly in the souvenir condition. So I'd just say give it some time. But how much time? Obviously, you're going to have to probably wait a little while. Our next question up here is very interesting, and I've never really gotten something like this before. It's a longer one, so I'm just going to sum it up for you. He pretty much talks about how, why hasn't Valve put the same effort into another sticker or another major as they did for Cato 14? He feels that Cato 14 stickers have gotten the best treatment out of any other major, and they've just been the best since. Back in the day, weapon skins and stickers weren't really cared about, and if you invested into CSGO like I did back in 2017, you were considered an absolute idiot and you were going to lose all your money, which obviously that turned around to be not the case. But he goes on to say that Cato 14 stickers were used as a meme and applied to bad skins. I do have an argument against that. They weren't applied to bad skins. They were the only skins in the game at the time. The best skins back in the day were the Op Asimov, the Redline, and the Dragon Lore. Like you and I stated, skins weren't taken seriously, so most people weren't going to buy the Dragon Lore, and of course the higher tier ones. They were stuck with these ones. And things like the Fire Serpent, the reason you don't see a whole lot of Catos on those is because the Fire Serpent was just a regular AK added to the game, and nowadays the Fire Serpent is so expensive because it is in that case. And in CSGO, if something's really expensive, people kind of classify that as really rare, and they like it in the end if they didn't like it before when it was cheap, if that makes any sense. But I kind of have an argument against this. I think Valve has actually put in more effort towards newer stickers. It's just people don't really care. You see, people in CSGO only care about something when it's really expensive or really, really rare, and that obviously drives up the price, but not all the time. Like Stockholm 2021, it's really dirt cheap. It's the lowest it's really ever been since the 75% off sale and since it got removed, and it looks very similar to Katowice 2014. Now, is it exactly the same? Absolutely not. But it's some of the closest stuff we've gotten since then, and I think it looks really, really good. Same with Antwerp 2022. It's just there's a very high supply. So they have put in the effort. It's just there's so many of them, they don't feel as special and as rare as then. You can't really change that. Valve can't just ban 700,000 people and then only 300,000 people can actually buy the items, if that makes any sense. DreamHack 2014, Cologne 2014 have gotten very good treatments as well. Cato 15, I think, in my personal opinion, is the most overrated year for CSGO, especially major stickers. The only reason those are expensive is because they have things like the Vox that are in Cato 14 that are triple the price. So people are falling back towards the cheaper alternative, which is also driving up the price. You also have Krakow 2017. So I do think they've made some really, really good years. It's just, I think you feel, and I think the overshadow of them being so rare and just those stickers in general has kind of gotten people to forget that there's other stickers in the game that look just as good or maybe even better. It's really depending on the player. Cato 14s obviously look really, really good. There's a reason they're so rare because they're obviously low in supply. That's also why they're so expensive. But we're probably going to see something similar to Katowice 2014 in the next 5 years if this game's still around with something like Krakow or hell, even Stockholm 2021. Who knows? Our next question up here from BCC, and he says, ask Mando, can you please make a video about Katowice 2019 stickers and what can happen to them? They look really good to me. So that's a pretty good question, man. If you guys are unfamiliar with myself and CSGO investing, my second best and biggest investment inside of CSGO besides Krakow 2017 was, of course, Katowice 2019. I bought a lot of capsules. I bought a lot of stickers. I bought some golds back in the day that I did sell, but I still have a few today, but I ended up selling a lot off recently because this capsules and the stickers have gotten so expensive. I think these also have potential, but they're just going to be one of those items that are going to take some time, just like anything else. I can compare this last year to when I talked about Cologne and DreamHack 2014. They're good. It's just they need some time to breathe and kind of get lifted up and be expensive and rare and get the hype they deserve. You see, last year, we received almost 900 stickers inside of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That is somehow going to inflate the older ones in one way or another, even if they are really, really rare. That's kind of the reason why I think Stockholm 2021 is so cheap right now, is because we've gotten so many similar stickers with Antwerp, people just don't care. But these, I think, really good. I think in the long run of things, the golds are a little weird. I think you're better off with going Krakow, obviously, but obviously this is a cheaper alternative, and that could be pretty good for you. Things like the Dick Gold, I think, could be pretty nice. And capsules being $8 to $10, not the worst option either. But I definitely think in going something a little more popular is probably your better option, because I think you'll be holding on to these a lot longer than you probably think. That's, of course, just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about Katowice 2019 down below. Our next question up here, and this guy says, I hope the next Rio Major stickers are going to be absolute garbage. I do too, but in a way, I kind of want them to be good. The lenticular effects people have been talking about, I don't really see that happening. I just don't. I don't know why. I just have a strong feeling Valve is not going to add too much new stuff back to back during, obviously, the Antwerp and now this major. They're not going to add glitter and then add lenticular. I just don't see that happening. And with that, I think they might be the same as Antwerp. And if they are transparent again, well, sticker investments going forward could be ruined forever. And I really hope they are garbage too, though. Next question up here from Gustavo, and he says, when do we get the new stickers? Is there a date or a secret? So the sticker release date for Rio, I think personally, is going to be in the next few days, probably within 2 days of you watching this video being posted on Monday. I think October, Tuesday, 18th during Steam's weekly Tuesday maintenance, and that obviously affects CSGO too. I think the Rio Major stickers are going to be added then. If they aren't, I would expect a release date very, very close to that, because I don't really see them releasing them the same day the major's being played in the week prior, or the week forward, sorry. And when that does happen, I'll be sure to update you guys on when that does happen, what happens to the market, what happens to older stickers. I'll also have screenshots within 48 hours of them being added, of older stickers, older cases, how they're affected on the market. And I might make a video very, very soon as well, how to prepare for this said major. Our next question up here is talking about team patches. And this guy says, what if instead of stickers, Valve makes team patches? So they would never take away stickers. That would just never happen. That's a big source of their revenue every single major. And team patches aren't very popular either. That's why I don't really see them removing those either, or putting them back in, if that makes any sense. So team patches were added in Stockholm 2021. They were not very well received because they were not bought really at all. That's what initially drove up the price so much for a little time in 2022 and at the end of 2021. That's why so much hype was towards them. People were saying you need to buy these now. here I was saying that, they're probably not the best investment. And I was probably pretty right on that. Now, if you bought team patch packs and the actual patches when they were really cheap on the market, sure, you would have made profit. But that money going into something else like the stickers in 2021, like the capsules, or even something different like a case, it would have made you a bigger return. And the problem with patches is they did not sell well, and they probably won't sell well again in the future. The reason behind that is you can't really see them on your agent while you're playing the game. If in Source 2 they have a different loading screen where you can see all the players and all the characters with their outfits and stickers and patches, maybe it might be a little different, but I don't really see that changing. So unless Valve makes a huge update where you can see these somehow on your own character if you look down, I don't really see it happening. Our last question up here is, of course, from Extra Crispy, and he says, "Hey man, I just unboxed Rocks Hollow yesterday. Do you think I should sell it or keep it? Love the videos, by the way." I appreciate the support, brother. So the Rocks Hollow, it hasn't been getting the love it deserves the past little while. As you take a look at them buff, the cheapest one is $25 and it's $37 in the Steam market. It's practically half of what it was just 2 months ago. And the reason behind it, obviously, the Contender's autograph capsule and all the autograph capsules alongside all the other ones are really, really high in supply and going down in price. They're just not really much in demand because people just don't care for them. And the reason I would sell this right now anyway, in my personal opinion, this is what I would do. I would probably sell it for a couple of different reasons. Number one, there's endless supply of these capsules. I have a whole bunch in my inventory. A lot of other people do as well. They're just going to keep offloading them on the market. Sure, the odds of you getting this in a sticker capsule is extremely rare, but there's already 240 of them on buff. There's a lot more on other third-party sites. And the time it will take you to make probably a decent return on this will be a few years, if not even longer. And second is you've kind of missed that hype. Right now, if you look at it at a point where Antwerp's at its lowest point, it's eventually going to go back up, right? That could be a couple years. So if you're willing to wait and maybe take a bit of a gamble, it could go up, but waiting 2 years to go up to 10 or 15 bucks probably isn't worth it. I'd go get that money, go into cases or some older stickers, for an example, from a previous year, like DreamHack, Cologne, even Stockholm. But that just about wraps up Mando Monday for this week. Let me know what you guys think. I can't believe I posted Mando Monday on a Monday. Leave your questions down in the comment section of this week. Ask Mando, then ask your question for next week's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.